Come with me to get a patch built super quick on Quad Cortex. Let me show you how easy it can be.
When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Yo guys and dolls, welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, if you're old school, you know what we're about by now. Right now, we're about to just go and build a preset in Quad Cortex, just so you know how easy this sucker can be. So I'm gonna get a new screen recording on. I'm gonna record this Quad Cortex malarkey. Let's go. Okay, so here is our unsaved grid. I'm gonna add a blue 6L6 and I'm gonna do a red 6L6 because I do like these 6L6 sounding 5150 stealths. There you go. Right, okay, so straight away, gonna need a noise gate without a doubt. So I'm gonna go into input 1 and I'm just gonna turn the just built-in noise gate in. I'm gonna save a block. There is noise gates in Quad Cortex, but we don't need them. Quick snap is what we need. Right, another thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split that and I'm gonna pull this over to there like this. What that does is this allows me to send this guy out to row 3. Now I've got a wet, dry, wet kind of rig going on. Okay, remember, quick. So this is multiple outputs. Previous row, I'm gonna add a reverb. Don't know why I haven't got a line there. And it's gonna be a plate lush. Then I'm gonna add a delay, which I love, and it's gonna be an analog delay. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create one of these things again. And after the reverb, I'm gonna create another delay. This time it's gonna be a digital delay. And why I'm doing this is this guy's gonna be multiple outputs again. I want basically a stereo split. So I'm gonna pan that hard right, left even. I'm gonna pan that hard right. This guy is gonna be dotted eighths. And this guy is gonna be unsynced and he is gonna be about 3-ish. We'll get there in a sec when I get my guitar on. Okay, what I'm definitely going to need though as well is an overdrive unit of some description. And I'm going to put in the Green Auto 808 because it is what it is. Now I know exactly what settings I have on this. I have 1 on the drive. I have 5.5. It's very specific. And I have 8 on the level. This gives me exactly what I need. You can maybe bump the level up a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make sure that all of these... Oh, actually, do you know what? I'm going to add some modulation as well because I do bloody love the chorus engine. I love it with a passion. It's bloody brilliant. And I'll leave it as it is and I just feck about with the mix. So maybe bring the mix down to about 60. Try and keep everything as normal. Like, why 41? 40? Give me numbers, man. Points. Okay, right, so that is now my preset facility. No, it's not. I need a cabinet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a cab. I'm going to go to stereo, and I have favorited this cabinet because it is just the best cabinet. It's the Cali Standard OS SV30 90s. It's my favourite cabinet. I use it on everything. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to tell the scenes to be on and off. So I'm going to go into the pedal I need and I'm going to go here and I'm going to assign to scenes. I don't really need to do this for pedals that stay on all the time, but I don't want all my pedals on all the time. So the cabinet I need on all the time, so I don't need to assign a scene to that. I do want to assign it to all of my other pedals. Do you know what? Reverb I keep on all the time as well, so who cares about that? But I will assign it to the delays. And I've turned that off for no reason. Okay, so now everything is being told when to turn on and when to turn off. In scene A, I do want my blue amp, and I'm going to turn the gain down a little bit on that. I don't want my drive on for A. I don't want delay on. Do want a little bit of reverb, and I don't want a cheeky chorus. For B, I want my high gain amp. I don't want my clean amp. I do want my distortion. I don't want that, and I don't want these two. For E, I want my clean amp, but with drive, and I want it with my delay and reverb. For F, I want my dirty amp. I don't want my clean amp. I want my drive. I don't want that, but I do want delay and reverb. For C, I want my clean amp with drive and everything, basically. For D, I want the same, but for my dirty amp. For G, I'm going to add a transpose. So pitch shifter, transpose, and I'm going to drop it 2 semitones, and I'm going to add that to scenes. For H, I want my hardcore amp with everything on except the engine. I'll take that off on G as well. And I want transpose, and I want that 2 semitones as well. Brilliant job. Okay, so that is now all of my presets in. So this is what it's going to sound like after we've built that preset, which is a little bit of reverb, and we can tweak about, but this is basically just that amp that we've got. So the blue 6L6 100 watt. Sounds pretty bloody big. Okay, so I need the gain to be less than that because I want it to be crunchier. So let's bring it down to like 2.5. I want it to be a bit more resonant than that, so let's go a bit 7. I want it to be a bit thunkier, a bit more thump. But already it sounds pretty good. I'm just going to add a little bit of treble, maybe 6. Sounds boss. That'll do for me. Okay, right, now I'm going to go to preset B, and I'm going to make sure that that is off, which it is. I want me high gain on. I want to take that transpose off. I definitely don't want that delay on. Awesome. Right, so now I've got my high gain amp. That already sounds brilliant. Okay, I'm going to kick up the resonance again because I like a lot of low end. Maybe 8. Let's go like full on thunky. More low ends than you know what to do with, really. Let's just kick the presence up, just add a little top to it. So maybe 7. straight away, all I want to do is play it. And that's a great sign of a good sound. Right, okay, so reverb is a little bit high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that down to 30%. I'm going to bring the decay down to maybe 50%. Got to be 50%. Oh, can I double tap? Oh, yes, I can. Oh, thank the Lord. Oh. Straight away, that is an adage for using the app rather than the Quad Cortex. Holy Christ, the fact that you can do zeros. My OCD, man. Right, okay, so that is a great sound and reverb. Too much for some, but not for me. Let's go to C, which is where we wanted all of our effects in, except the transpose and the engine on our cleaner tone, but do want the drive in on this one. So now I've got these delays. So this one, I wanted that as dotted eighth. And this one, I wanted sync off, and I wanted it at like maybe 3. Right, and I'm not having that, so again, I'm going to call that 500. So I want that ba ba da 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 ba da 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 da. Then they kind of gang up on each other at the end. Yes, mate. That sounds great. And then they just kind of do what they do at the end. Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, so that is that. D, which is at the end there, is the same with just a high gain. Right, okay, so that is building a preset. We have our preset. So here is my kind of rhythm tone. Here's my crunch tone. Here's my crunch tone with delay. With a little bit of distortion as well. Here's my high gain with delay. Here's my low gain with distortion and a bit of chorus. Here's my high gain with a bit of chorus. Here's my low gain drop down. And here's my high gain with a drop and I don't want any chorus on. all shite. Right, okay, that's that. So what we can do now is we can start naming all of our scenes. So if we go into gig view, we will see that they're the names of our patches. Our default view scene is what we've got. So we know that in our scene A, now what happens for some reason, I don't know whether it's screen recording or whatever, if I click on the scene on the computer, so scene B, scene C, it changes on my quad cortex. However, it doesn't change on the Cortex control. Don't know what that's about. It kind of happens all the time. It does me head in a little bit, but it is what it is. That's what I'm dealing with. Okay, so I will be switching this about, but you might not see it switch. So what we're going to do is going to edit the first one, and that's our crunch. So I'm going to call that orange, and I'm going to call it crunch. Then we had scene B, and that is high gain or red. I'm going to call that red, and it's going to be red. Then we've got scene E, which is crunch with everything in. Let's call that pink. And that's crunch effects. Then we've got red with everything in. Let's call that purple. And that's going to be red effects. Then we've got scene C, which is our delay. So that's crunch delay. Then we had scene D, which is red delay. Then scene G, which is crunch effects. Oh, crunch delay. Oh no, it's crunch drop. And finally, red drop. And there we have it. So crunch sounds like this, even though it's saying red drop, it's not, it's actually crunch. Crunch effects. Red. Red effects. Right, crunch delay. Red delay. Crunch drop. Red drop. So they're all of my presets. Now stomp pedal wise, what I can do is I can assign stomps to different locations. So I'm going to put them where they appear in the chain. So that guy is A. This guy is B. Then I don't change any of those guys. So what I will then do is I would have my reverb as C. I would have my top delay as D. And I would have my bottom delay as H, because that's where they actually appear in the world. And then obviously engine would live in E. So now I've got all of my delays and reverbs. Now again, they're not changing on the screen, but they are on my thing. So this is transpose on, transpose on, crunch on and off, and so on and so forth. In fact, you know what? I will turn you round to my Cortex. So if you have a look at the pedals, you can see them lighting up now. So transpose on and off, crunch on and off, delay on and off, or reverb on and off, sorry, analog on and off, analog delay 1, digital delay on and off, and my chorus engine on and off. And I can also press them as well, or I can touch the screen as well. So they're all absolutely spot on, exactly where they're meant to be. So in H, what I should have in is the tube screamer in and everything except that in. Okay, so now when I go to G, I have everything else in, but the amp changes. F turns the chorus on, E, chorus on, D, chorus engine on, which shouldn't be on. So D, I'm just going to take that chorus engine off. Then B and A. And transpose shouldn't be on in A. So I'll have to turn that off there. Right, okay, and that's it. That's the whole preset. So I hope you guys found that informal and informative. And also, if you're thinking about a quad Cortex, that's how easy it is to get an absolutely immense sound. Really, really good. And then all you have to do is go up to the top, click save, name it Stealthy One. Call it a guitar thing, and then we're going to put it on an unsaved, which is 22C. Save it. Bingo. There it is. Now, it's saying unsaved here, but on my Quad Cortex, it is saying Stealthy One, so it is all saved and it's all good to go. So that's it, guys. That is us building a amazing sounding Stealth 5150 preset as fast as you like. I'll catch you in the next one.